Good morning, Muscatine, and happy Wellness Wednesday. My name is Autumn Schultz. I am your host today, and as always, I have to say thank you to our sponsors, Hy-Vee, Unity Point Health, and Trinity Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rival Plumbing and Heating, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Suntan City, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Life Blood Center, Harper Cycling and Fitness, Muscatine County Fair, and Bayer of Muscatine. Some events that are taking place this week. This Saturday, starting at 5:30, is the Reaching Out fundraiser for suicide awareness. All proceeds will be donated to NAMI, N-A-I-M. You know, words are really hard for me sometimes. NAMI.
More coffee.
I know, I need more coffee. That is true. Thank you, Don. Raffle tickets will be sold for baskets donated by our community. This is all at Mississippi Brew. There will be a $10 cover starting at 8:30 p.m. and there's going to be music by Joey Pete, Eugene Levy, and Fueled by Emo. So make sure you come out, and this is going to be one of the last ones that we are going to hear from Eugene Levy in a while. So make sure that you are going and checking out their music. So this is 5:30, the Reaching Out fundraiser for suicide awareness. And get your Muskie gear ready, because this Friday is the first home football game, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. If you're not going there for the game, you can also watch it here on the Discover Muscatine Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and MPW Channel 3. So multiple options to be able to check out the game this Friday at 7 p.m. So get your purple and your gold ready to go. Trivia night with MCSA at Geneva is on Saturday at 6 p.m. So help support our local domestic violence shelter by gathering your team of 8 and registering today. Today is the last day to register. It's $40 per person. So this is also going to include some light hors d'oeuvres. And make sure you get your team name picked out and contact Nick Horn, so you can go to MCSA and get the contact information for your team. There are still some tables available. Also, I have to do a happy birthday shout out to Chris Anderson. Happy birthday. I love Facebook notifications, or else I would have completely forgotten. I would have felt bad. What's that? We're talking about the artist, Chris Anderson. Sorry, boss, but we're talking about the artist. So be sure when you see him around and go to his Facebook page and wish him a happy birthday. So the artist, Chris Anderson. So my guest today is Don from Habitat for Humanity. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you introduce yourself and just talk to us about what you do?
Sure. My name's Don Lampe. I'm the president of the local Muscatine for Humanity affiliate, and we build houses, simple, affordable houses for those in need in Muscatine County, and it is all of Muscatine County that we encompass with our efforts.
And so you currently have one that you started here soon, and kind of groundbreaking in spring. Can you talk to us a little bit about that
Sure.
one?
We broke ground on our 12th house here in Muscatine this spring, and we are currently in the middle of building that home. It is, as I said, it's our 12th house. We've already got the basement up. And this year has been really good so far. We've got some great involvement from some of our local industries and stuff. Kent Corp and Rich Dwyer has really stepped up, and they're sending 5 teams. H&I is sending 2 teams. Phelps is sending team. Tyler Henley, the local contractor, is sending a team. So it's been really good so far this year that we've been having the involvement in the community and getting this house started. So if you drive by, the house is located on 7th and Oak Street, on the corner of 7th and Oak Street here in Muscatine. And if you drive by, you can see that the walls are up, and the roof will go up hopefully this Friday.
Oh, fun. That's awesome work.
So, been a great start so far.
How many volunteers do you think you've had so far working on this project with you?
Oh,
approximately.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, good thing approximately for sure. I would say that we usually average about 10 to 12 individuals per workday, and we usually do a workday on either a Friday or a Saturday, depending upon how all the volunteers kind of line up and what day they prefer, because we try and work around their schedule, obviously. But so far it's been Fridays and stuff, and I would say we've probably had close to 30 volunteers so far this year already, and I would say by the time we're done with all of those teams that I mentioned, the Kent Corp and I think even Bear is stepping forward and everything, I think we'll be close to 125 type volunteers working on the home. So
that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
And so you're talking about Fridays and Saturdays. How many hours on average do you put in to work?
Again, a lot of it depends on the volunteers.
Yep.
You can come for 1 hour, you can come for a full day. We're usually there from about 7 in the morning till 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And we work, and they're doing, they're again, showing up for 1 hour, they're showing up for the full day. And I hear a lot of people say, well, I just can't volunteer because I don't know how to swing a hammer or run a saw. That's okay. We can put everybody and anybody to work. We've got different skill levels. I mean, just picking up and cleaning up and holding this into the board while somebody else nails it in place and stuff. So all levels are welcome, and all interest and everything are welcome to come and volunteer and help build a home.
And it's a learning experience.
Yeah, definitely is.
My dad's a contractor, and I've tried to go out and help him, and it is not my world. Let's just say that. I'm really great at grabbing things that he's asking for, or holding the beam, like you said. Just that support is.
And that's a great help. And people, we've had all types of individuals there that can say, I don't even know which end of the hammer to kind of use type stuff. That's okay. Just come show up, and really it's about being part of the effort, and stuff, and participating and stuff, and meeting the family. This is a family that has been working really hard in the community and stuff, and it's a good time to meet the family and understand their situation and stuff as well. So you can just be better informed about the need of simple, affordable housing here in Muscatine.
And you were saying that this is your 12th house. How many years has this in the progress of 12 houses?
Yeah. So the affiliate originally started in, let's just say 1998 type numbers, and it took a few years for them really to get the funds to get the first house built, and then usually we've been trying to build one home per year, but obviously early on that wasn't the case, and the pandemic affected us for 2 years, unfortunately, and stuff. So we've been building about 1 year or one home per year for the last 5 or 6 years, except for that pandemic time period.
Had to take a required break.
For many reasons.
Yes. So now at the current house, what tasks still need to be done with this house?
So as I said, we've got the basement in place and stuff. We've got the floor in, the walls are up, the roof will go on. From here on out, we're going to need things like people that can do drywall, people that want to paint, people that want to put up molding around the windows and doors and stuff. Siding needs to go on the outside of the home and stuff. So we can do, again, there's lots of little tasks to be involved in there. We're going to be doing electrical. Electrical will be done by Nelson Electric, and MPW are helping with that. Kurt Butcher is going to be doing the plumbing in there, and Chamberlain will be doing the HVAC. So it's really good to see the community step forward, and the community businesses step forward and say, hey, they believe in this type of a cause, and they're willing to help us build the home, because as we all know, homes are expensive. These people are, the partner families is what Habitat calls the individuals that are selected. The partner families, I put them in a story that I usually share, in the fact that a lot of times a partner family, imagine yourself coming home after your daily work, and it's probably your second job because you're working 2 jobs trying to support your family, and you're coming home from a hard day on the job and stuff, and this weather's been really nice. It's been cooling down great, at night, but when it was really hot, you're coming home. The individual's typically coming home to a location, to an apartment, to a house that they're renting, or wherever they're living. The air conditioner may or may not be working so well. So these cool nights are really nice because they can actually sleep without sweating. Their children, if they have some, can actually enjoy a good night's sleep and stuff. So these are typically hardworking families that just want a better place for their family to grow up.
Yep.
And that's what Habitat's all about. We want to provide that simple, affordable housing. We want to provide it, as I like to say, we want to provide that hand up, not a hand out. So these are not free homes. The individual partner families, they have to spend 300 hours of sweat equity helping to build the home. So it's not like, hey, we're going to build you a home and then we hand them a key. we select the family, and then they have to get involved with, helping to build the home. They have to go through financial education. They have to go through house maintenance education to make sure that when we turn the house over to them, it really is all about making sure that they're successful in this situation. So we do everything we can, Habitat does everything they can to make sure that they are successful in owning that home and occupying that home in there. So the individual is, like I said, typically working 2 jobs, coming out of a situation where it may not be the best for their family, and that's the type of individual that we want to select, so that, again, we know that they're going to be successful. They have the right type of drive to say, hey, I want to own a home, I want something better for my family, and that's the type of individual that we're looking for. That's why we built 12 homes. We'd love to build more. If we could find more volunteers and more financial support, there's plenty of need here in town. I mean, if you've listened to MCSA or Community Foundation, Scott Dahlke or Darla talk, there's plenty of need, unfortunately, here in Muscatine for people that need that hand up and stuff to better their life for themselves and for their family. And Habitat's doing their small little part to do so.
I really like the fact you really made present to, it's not a handout, it's a hand up.
Correct.
And you're not just giving them a key and saying, okay, see you later, like, nice to meet you. You're still with them even once they're inside that home,
Very
and
much
you
so.
are helping them set up for success and that they can get back onto their feet.
Correct.
So I think that's really neat, and maybe not a lot of people actually know that you do more than just build a house and say, here's the ribbon, congratulations.
Yeah, and we work with them even after we hand them the key and everything. We work with them to make sure that they're paying their payments on time, and we go back and how you doing, how's it going, and things. So again, we want to make sure that they're successful, because if they're successful, then the community is successful as well. Because that means for taxpayers, it means more taxpayers, unfortunately, on the roll paying taxes and stuff, and it just helps improve the community. And as I said, the house is located on 7th and Oak Street, and that's the area that MCSA and the community of Muscatine has designated as kind of the area of focus. So they want all of the efforts from the Community Foundation, from Habitat, from MCSA, is all focusing on that one kind of area of the city, and really trying to do our work there in the next couple of years to improve that neighborhood. And when we're successful, not if, but when, then we can move on to the next neighborhood and repeat this around the community, and again, do our part in making it a better spot.
I think that's really neat, and not a lot of people know that. So when it comes to like someone with volunteers, say that I want to sign up, how do I get to do that?
We'd love to have you.
So how do I join?
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So the best way probably to contact us is actually go to our Facebook page.
Okay.
Just Muscatine Habitat on Facebook and stuff, and find us there and message us there, and then we will contact back to you and stuff. That's probably the best way for everybody to get there, is just to contact us in that fashion there, and let us know that you're interested in, and let us know that you're interested in volunteering, or because again, we want to build more homes, so we're always looking for that next partner family, that next individual that we can help. So if you do need help in that situation, and you think you fit the criteria, because there are criteria. This is a loan, you have to pay it back, it's not a free house, so there has to be the ability to pay back a loan. But if you can do that, man, we'd love to have you as a partner family. And if you're a volunteer, or if you're a business or a contractor, or somebody that wants to supply materials or anything of that nature, look us up on the Facebook page and contact us on the Facebook page, and we'd be glad to interact with you and put you to work, or take your donations and stuff. So yes, we'd love to.
Social media is always so helpful now.
Yes, yeah, much easier that way.
It is a lot easier. So definitely contact you first before just showing up to volunteer site, because you might not actually be working that day.
Correct.
You said a lot of times it's Fridays and Saturdays that typically are out there working.
Right.
And
and we want to make sure that we want it to be a good individual for the volunteer as well. So we want to make sure that we're coordinated with, hey, what's going on today, so that we make sure we've got the raw materials and the equipment there to have that experience as a volunteer to be satisfying and successful. Yes, it is about the partner family and providing them with a new home and stuff, but it's also about making sure that volunteer experience is a positive, rewarding experience for them too. Because if you've volunteered or if you've done any volunteer work like that before, it's just about as satisfying for you as the individual to do that work as it is for the individual receiving the effort and stuff. Because it is, hey, this felt good today, and it should. I mean, volunteerism should feel good and should make you feel good that you're doing something for an individual that needs that help up. And to be able to do that and be successful at that and feel good about that, we want to make sure we coordinate the effort so that it is good for all parties and everybody involved.
You don't want to come out there and say, yeah, I'll volunteer, and then just have this negative atmosphere and negative Nancy feel.
Exactly.
It's like, I really don't want to do that. Give me something else.
I don't want to do that ever again. That was no fun.
Yeah.
All I did was stand around and do nothing. But sometimes, just stand around handing coffee out, making sure all the workers have water, making sure that everything is organized and stuff, because it is kind of chaotic, as you can imagine, when you get 12 people all show up on there and everybody's doing their own thing and stuff. It gets a little chaotic. So just to have somebody there to kind of help us keep our things together is still a great help and stuff too. So yeah, we want to make sure it's a positive experience for everybody involved.
And so now we're talking about more into this current house. What is something that volunteers, if there's one thing that you feel like you're missing, what is a volunteer can help you with? So whether, like you said, someone coming out and bringing you waters or coming out and picking up debris, what is that area that you feel like you're missing right now in your current house?
Yeah, probably our current house right now, we're doing well with putting up what I call the sticks, the boards and sticks of the house. I would say it's going to be when we get into kind of the finishing aspect, because that's really what can make a house be at this level or this level, depending upon your finishing stuff in there. So we really need to find people that can paint, people that can just help touch things up and clean things up and make sure the home is in good shape. That's really kind of where we're kind of lacking. We have, again, thankful to so many businesses around the community, we have the big heavy lifting type stuff pretty well covered.
Framework's down, the roof is going to be down. It's now trying to do the interior portion of it.
Exactly. And that's when, once we get the walls enclosed and stuff, that's when we're really going to need people that can come in and I can drywall, I can caulk, I can do those types of things. I can help with the carpet and stuff, and I can run a vacuum, and I can just clean the house after me particularly, or messy contractors get out of the way, and people can make it look beautiful. Those are the types of individuals that we're looking for. So again, anybody at all skill levels are welcome, and we can put just about everybody to work and stuff in there. We certainly can.
And let's go back into some of the previous building experience. What is it that you had that kind of inspired you to say, I want to do this as my job, like this is what I love doing?
That's a good question. I'm not sure how I got into this situation. I've been with Habitat here locally for about, I guess it's close to 15 years.
Okay.
And stuff. And I always like volunteering. As I said, it gives you, the volunteer, that warm feeling that, hey, I did something good today. I did something good for my fellow man. I did something good for my community. That's kind of what got me into it, that says, I've been blessed. The Lord has done great things for me. He's given me an opportunity now with retirement to make it even easier to say, hey, I can go out and do some of these things and give back. And that's really what has kept me motivated through those 15 years of doing this, is just giving back to the community and giving back to my fellow man that may not have the situation, that just needs that help up. And if they get that, as I always call it, over that hump, because a lot of times, again, I'm working 2 jobs, I'm doing everything I can to support my family, and I just can't seem to get a break. I'm trying to save for a down payment on a house, and as soon as I get really close to it, guess what? Car needs fixed. Or, one of my children come home and, gee, guess what, Mom or Dad? I need braces, or I need glasses. And there goes my down payment on my house. And it's disheartening when you hear some of these stories, because as I've shared many times with many people, one of the best days that we have is when we select a partner family. One of the worst days we have is when we select a partner family, because we select one out of a stack about that high.
Oh, wow.
We have to call everybody else and say no. So again, that's where we'd love to have more people, more businesses, more finances, more volunteers, because there's unfortunately plenty of need out in the community. And if we can get that and build, we're building one house. We'd love to build 3 houses, 5 houses, 2 houses. How many ever we can handle, we'd love to do it and stuff. And you know, that's what keeps me going in the morning and saying, hey, this is good stuff.
I think that's neat. I mean, I agree with you. That has to be heartbreaking on you get to call one family, one partner and say, you know, we're making this happen.
Yep.
That phone call to the remaining ones.
Not so good.
Not so good.
Not so good.
That has to hurt a little bit.
Yep. Not so good.
So with this current house and this current project, how do you feel like everything's going so far? Like, I know we've talked so much about all of the amazing positives. Have you had hiccups along the way?
Oh,
besides maybe some rain?
Yeah, rain and weather was a real tough one this spring.
It was not nice to you during the springtime.
No, it was not. When they were digging the basement, they kept saying, well, we can dig your basement now, but it's really going to be a swimming pool and not a basement. So we had to hold off for almost 2 months before we really got the basement in place and stuff. So probably our biggest hiccup is just working around weather and stuff. And you know, that's tough for anybody that's in that industry and anybody that does anything outside. You know, you can't control the weather. You know, Mother Nature is going to do what they want to do, and it's going to rain when it wants to rain, and you can't do much about it. So working around the weather and stuff like that has been probably our biggest challenge and stuff. But you know, now that we've got the basement dug and we got the cement work done and we're starting to frame it up, we're getting to what we would call a tight house, to where we can work inside and we won't have to worry about the weather. But again, what's gone right has really been the businesses stepping up this year. You know, Lisa is part of the Habitat board and stuff, and Lisa's done an excellent job of lining up volunteers and lining up businesses that want to be involved, that want to support out there. And again, I will challenge the rest of the industries and the individuals around the community to say, yeah, I have been blessed and I need to give back. And you know, a lot of the individuals out there, you know, we think it's like, I'm not sure I can do this. $5, $10, $10,000, 1 hour, 10 hours, 100 hours, whatever you're able to give, we're definitely willing to work with and make sure that we do the best that we can in passing that along to the individuals that need it. So what's gone wrong what's gone right is that, what's gone right is that to say, gee, the individuals have really stepped forward, the companies within Muscatine have really stepped forward in there. But I think there's, again, as we all know, there's always more room for, you know, more to be involved. There unfortunately always seems to be another need, another family that could use that hand up type stuff. So again, you know, I'll challenge everybody out there to say, how, you know, look around and see how blessed you are, and then look around and say, I can go help in there. So let's you know, come see us, come contact us on the Facebook page. You know, even though I'd love to have the volunteer, you know, contacts ahead of time, if you got a free Saturday and you want to drive by 7th and Oak and we're out there working, stop on by and we'll put you to work.
That works. That's I mean, that's a very easy way to do this too.
Yep, exactly. Stop on by. We'll put you to work.
And for you, I mean, personally, you're out there at every project for the majority of the time?
I try to. Actually, Gary Lang, who does a lot of the is the construction manager for Habitat for Humanity. He's the one that really is there all the time. He's the one that's doing all the pre-planning and all of that stuff. Between Gary and Chris Shoemaker, you know, and stuff there, he do an excellent job of making sure that all the materials are there, the design is right, and stuff. So, you know, those two individuals, and really Gary is there every day almost, making sure the nails are pounded straight, because, you know, the home still has to go through all of the normal inspections that we would. So it's not it has to meet all of the current standards. It has to meet all of the current guidelines. And the city does city has been really great to work with as far as, you know, through the inspections and coaching us where we need to be coached and making sure that we're building a good, safe home for the family and stuff. So, you know, working through all of those guidelines and stuff takes a bit, and Gary does an excellent job of that. So Gary's the one that really does it. I just do what Gary tells me to do, really.
You need to have those, though. You need to have the ones that are there on, at every plan, every step, and then they come back to you and they're like, hey, this is what's going on. You're like, all right, I trust you.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I know I challenge the businesses, but I'll also challenge the contractors out there that do this for a living. We would love to have your expertise on the project. It doesn't mean that you have to be there through the whole project. Sometimes it just means that, hey, I just need help in putting the roof trusses on, or I just need help in putting the shingles on and stuff. So, you know, how can we enlist those types of contractors as well? And stuff would be great to see those types of individuals step forward.
Kind of get their expertise, their advice, you know.
Exactly.
Just that, hey, we want to make sure that we're doing this correctly, so we don't have to go back and do it again.
Yeah, exactly. And we build that, again, safe, affordable, comfortable home for the family.
Good. I like that. And what's the goal for this to be completed for this home?
Well, if you listen to the family, they want it done tomorrow, which everybody does whenever they're building a new home, right? It's like, how soon are you going to get it done? Come on. But again, Mindy and Corey Ross have been great to work with. They're a great family and stuff. They've been very patient with us as we work through our weather delays and stuff early on and stuff. But right now we're hoping that it would be sometime in January that we would finish and stuff. And again, a lot of that depends on the volunteers that we have stepped forward and stuff. So the more volunteers, and again, the good thing is I'm retired, Gary is retired. So yeah, currently we work Friday and Saturday. But if somebody wants to step forward and say, hey, I can do a Monday, or I can do a Tuesday, or I can do whatever day, we'll find a way to, you know, use, you know, that opportunity to, you know, get the house done faster and stuff. So yeah, we're hoping, I would love to, if we could get it done fast enough, I'd love to get the family in by Christmas. And
let's keep the 4-letter winter weather.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll keep pushing it back.
Please do.
Yes.
If you have any say over that, please help us out. Would be great.
Yeah, that is my least favorite. I do not approve of it.
Yeah, no.
Winter season with construction work, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Does not work.
Does not go well together and stuff. And you know, yeah, trying to pound a nail when it's cold and you hit your thumb, it really hurts when it's cold out there. Is right. So yes. Sooner we can get it done, the better.
Yes, it's never pleasant. Well, Don, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for giving us all of this information about how to volunteer, how to get involved. It's not just one person, businesses. I loved hearing the amount of businesses you have for this project. So hopefully that continues to grow with each house that you all work on.
Yeah, and again, thank you for the opportunity to share the message and stuff. We appreciate it and stuff. And so anybody out there that wants to get involved, anybody that wants to volunteer, anybody that wants to do, you know, financially, or a business that wants to put together a team in there, please contact us, reach out to us on Facebook, and we'll put you on the schedule, and you know, we'll get this house done even faster. So
you don't need to be an expert. Something is better than nothing.
Exactly.
And just a little bit helps.
Agreed.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course. Well, until then, happy Wellness Wednesday, and stay happy and stay healthy. I will see you later, Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we're here to serve.
When you buy a vehicle at a multi-brand dealership and it isn't locally owned, it can be difficult to get information that you need.
That's why all of our trained salespeople are focused on one thing: getting you the best deal possible on a new or used Toyota.
And when you pick your favorite, we will help you with financing and maintenance.
We love helping our neighbors.
Come to Toyota